Over the past few months, there has been some deep speculation in regards to Sydney Paight. Well, today we are going to answer all of those questions for you. What is she like? What has she been up to? What does she believe in? Has she been up to some fox eye surgery? Is she still single? Well, all that and more. Stay tuned as we dive into Sydney Paight's life as it stands today. Hello, Sydney.
Hey, Zeta. And then there were two.
You look so good.
Thank you.
You look really good.
I did something different with my hair, if you couldn't tell.
When did you get that done?
Like 3 weeks ago. It was actually, well, now it's fading, but when we originally did it, it was like, oops.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's good now. We good now. I'm excited to be here, though. Been a minute.
I know. It's been a minute since
It's been a long minute.
Been on the Confidential podcast.
Yes. And then there were two.
And
the two bitches are left.
Top two still sat here together. It's so funny. We just got asked.
Our thrones are a little bit smaller now. No, I'm just kidding.
Never that.
True.
Never that.
True.
We just got asked earlier today if we fell in love on the island. And we're not going to talk about that. But we did say we found love with each other because we're still here.
Yes.
We're still here rocking out with each other.
Yes.
So I've got some questions for you.
I've got some answers.
We love that. We love that.
Yes.
Are you ready?
Yes,
We're just
I'm
going to
ready.
get straight into it because I know that people really want to hear some things.
Let's rip the Band-Aid off.
Let's rip the Band-Aid off. Okay, here I'm going to give you your first question.
Okay.
And I want you to just answer this however it comes to you.
Okay.
Who is Sydney Paight?
You know, I've had a lot of people a lot of people as of recently have started to ask this question. Who am I? Especially now, like, being single, I feel like I'm truly discovering myself.
Yeah.
But I would say that Sydney Paight is a strong, independent, funny, intellectual, spiritual being who was brought to this earth by the planet of Venus, rooted in love, beauty, and
I love that.
Yeah.
That really is you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's me. And I'm still figuring out myself every day. But I will say, I have never felt more like myself than I do right now.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, shit, my hair is pink.
Red Queen's the pink queen now.
Yes.
I love that. Okay, so I'm just going to jump into some questions to let people get to know you a bit more because obviously there's things that we just know and then there's things that people don't know at all and they would love to know. So
I know.
We'll start a little light.
Okay.
I'm going to start a little light. I'm not going to scare her. Do you have siblings?
Yes, I have 3 siblings. I have an older brother. I want to say he's 28. Gabe, if you're watching this, I'm sorry. If you're 27, I'm pretty sure he's 28. I have an older brother. I have a younger sister named Hannah. She's 21. And I have a baby brother named Jacob, and he's 4.
Yeah, he's a baby.
He's so cute. He's so cute.
He really is.
He's so cute. I miss him so much.
Oh, I know how that is.
Yeah.
You did go to university.
Yes, I
Okay.
went to Texas Tech, Rawls College of Business, and I have a degree in marketing.
Wow.
Yes.
Now, I bet a lot of people do not know that.
No, yeah, I'm actually really smart. I get told that all the time. They're like, wow.
I wanted to hop into the topic of body image because
Okay.
it's 2024 and all of us, I think, in this new age of Instagram are dealing with body image issues in some form, in some regard. I always say if I grew up in the Instagram age, I don't know if I'd have made it, So I do want to talk about that, and I want to ask you, have you always been into serving looks?
Yeah, okay. So this is actually a funny question. There is a photo of me when I was like 2 or 3 years old. I'm with my grandma and I'm wearing a purple trench, sunglasses, and I have a purse.
Yeah.
So I've always been yassified. I've always been yassified.
We've got to find that picture.
Yeah, I'll look for it.
Yeah.
But going back to that,
Mhm.
I am a Libra and Libras are rooted in beauty.
Mhm.
If you like research it, they're very into self-care, very into beauty. And I've had a reader tell me like, "Oh, you're very into self-care." I'm like, "Well, that's fucking obvious. Anybody could tell me that." But she's like, "Keep doing that." So,
Yeah.
honestly, yes, I've always been very into makeup. I've always been into like looks.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, sometimes on my social media, they're like, like all you do is post hot photos, like show us more of yourself. I'm like, well, that is me being myself. Yeah,
yeah.
like that's what I like to do. Like, yeah.
Very real. And
Mhm.
she's doing more now. She's on the ZetaConfidential podcast.
Yeah,
Giving
yeah.
you more. So
Mhm.
there's that. Okay. Before you embarked on the journey of Love Island, how did you feel about your looks?
I honestly, so it's funny because I was really confident. I would say after Love Island was when I struggled a little bit.
So you were really confident going into Love Island.
Yeah.
And you came out.
Yeah. And then I had a journey. I'm very happy now, but obviously getting put in the public eye and like seeing all these nasty comments and like even just seeing yourself on TV with that saturation turned up. I know they turned up the saturation now. But yeah, even just seeing yourself on TV, because I had never really, you don't really get to see yourself from a bird's eye view,
Yeah.
like from above,
Right.
you know?
Mhm.
So that was definitely confident, not so confident,
Yeah.
confident again.
Yeah. Okay. On a scale from 1 to 10, in your opinion, how important are looks in this world?
So I was actually talking about this earlier, and I've come to the conclusion that it depends on the person, because it depends on what your true desires are.
Mhm.
You know, like for some people, it doesn't matter at all. Like looks aren't important. To other people, it is. And
Yeah.
it truly depends on the person.
That's
But I think at the end of the day, when you go to sleep at night, it's not about looks, you know, it's about being blessed that you have a roof over your head, like, you know. But no, I couldn't do Love is Blind if that's what you're asking me.
So you absolutely couldn't do Love is Blind.
Okay, I feel like I would have a good time, but like we would definitely be talking about what you look like. Like
You would have to.
I would have to.
So
or
it's not blind.
yeah. Well, you know what? Actually, maybe I could do it, but I wouldn't go into it like I'm gonna get married. I would kind of just do it for the experience. Like, oh, what does he look like?
You just completely defeating the whole purpose. Like, we
Yes.
want to see that marriage at the
Yes.
end. Yeah, no, you'd be, what's his name? I can't even remember. I'm not even going to say anything. But yeah, did you watch this season?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
There were a lot of people in there that seemed like they knew they were not going to get married.
I cannot with that show. Like, there's just so many moments in that show where I'm like cringing, like my body is vibrating and I'm like pulling out my Snapchat. I'm like, yo, what's going on? I'm like videotaping 30 seconds of the show.
Yeah. Do you believe in the love stories that do come out of it? Do you believe that it's actually quite possible for that?
I have to say yes, because some people are still married.
Yeah.
You know? Like, it's such a crazy concept to me, but there is like, I mean, shit, there's more couples still together from them than there is Love Island. So.
Well, do you know what? It's more serious because there's that marriage, thing. So it's really like, once
like,
the love starts, you've got to.
They really want to find someone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas Love Island people are just,
like,
Okay. You have touched on this a bit earlier, but I'm going to ask you again. How do you feel about your looks today?
I feel like I'm truly the most confident on the inside and on the outside today
Oh, I love that.
that I've ever been. And it's been such a journey. And I've seen all the comments about everything. But yeah, truly, I think confidence really starts on the inside. And once you truly find that, it shows on the outside too.
Facts. I love that.
But the weight loss did help as well.
Yeah, you wanted to lose weight and you did.
Yes.
Healthily. Really proud of you for that. Is there anything that you want to change as of today with your looks?
I have to say, deep down inside, I want a boob job. But I know I don't need it.
You said on the island many times that you always wanted this massive rack.
Yeah.
And she'd be like, I want a porn star rack. And I'd be like, Sydney, like, you already have such amazing... I know you've lost weight.
Yes.
And we all know when we lose weight, the girls, the twins go with...
I had a porn star rack.
You did?
I had it.
So now you do admit that.
I look back at photos and I can't even believe my eyes. Like, I'm talking melons. And everyone's like, oh, did you get your implants removed? No, I'm not kidding. So many people say
People
that.
ask you if you got your
Yeah.
No way. Yeah, because you had a rack, babes. Yeah,
I
they were sitting. There's some blessings that come with having some weight on you. So it's not all bad, people. It's not all bad.
That's why I think I want the boob job, because I want the rack all year round.
Right.
You know?
You don't want it to depend on how much exercise you got done last week.
I was just in Mexico with my friends, and my friend has really great boobs, like kind of like my old boobs. And I was like, wow, you have such a nice natural rack. I just kept saying. And I go, can I comment? I texted her, can I comment on your pic, Rack City? And she said, bro, no.
She said no. I love that.
I was like, fine.
I love that she was like, no, you actually can't.
So funny.
Oh my God. Okay. Well, I love that conversation.
Yeah.
But now we're going to move it into something a bit deeper. Actually, a bit deeper. I know that depression is something that a lot of people struggle with and have a very hard time talking about. It's sort of a taboo thing. We know that it exists and it's among us, but you just don't talk about it. You don't want to bring down the mood. You don't want to be judged. But it's something that is very close, dear to my heart, that I want to talk about with people. And as much as this is a fun podcast and there's going to be so many more funny things that we discuss and go into, I do think I want to make it a point to always talk about this and just let the people watching know that you're not alone if you are struggling with that, and you will come out of it. So on that note, have you ever dealt with depression?
Yes, I have, for the first time in my life, actually. Yes.
Yeah. When was the first time you experienced it?
It was after my birthday.
After your birthday?
This past year. Yeah.
When was your birthday?
October 9th.
October.
And I went to Vegas. And the minute I got home from Vegas, I went into this depressive mania. Like, it wasn't even a depression. It was that's how I describe it, a depressive mania state. And then it just, obviously the breakup triggered it. It was that. I was very depressed, though. I will never forget how I felt. Ever. And I know I'm never going to feel that way ever again.
Wow.
I get chills when I even think about it.
Same. I just got chills with you talking about it. Yeah.
I'm not a sad person. Like, I'm a positive person, but I was. And I'm someone that my aura is very strong. So, like, when you have someone with such strong energy and they're radiating sadness, it's like, yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah. So you would say that the breakup, which we'll get into, triggered.
Oops.
No, you're fine. Talk, babe. You would say that the breakup is what triggered that level of...
It was like an anxiety-induced, like, there are other factors as well, obviously, but yes, 1000% it was triggered by the breakup.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You felt like you couldn't get out of it.
No, because usually with a breakup, people say it gets better, it gets better. It was getting worse. Yeah.
What were you feeling like? I don't want to make you cry or anything like that, but
It was like, I'm not going to cry, I'm telling myself right now, but it was like the worst part of my day was waking up.
damn.
Yeah. Not going to cry. Don't put me crying in it.
I'll blow out the tears. But it's a real thing. It's a real thing, you know.
Mm-hmm. And I didn't work. I didn't do any work for like 2 months. I was just such a mess. I was just so like, I lost my head. I lost myself. I think in general, I lost myself in that relationship. So coming out of that relationship, because literally like we would talk 24/7. Like we were like this.
Yeah.
Like sleeping on the
Fall
phone.
asleep on FaceTime.
Yes. Wake up on FaceTime. Like crazy anxious. And I found out actually through that breakup that I had an anxious attachment style, which I was like, okay, I need to work on that too. I never want to feel that way again.
Yeah.
But yeah, I forgot where I was going.
It's hard when you have an anxious attachment style and somebody else has a different attachment style. So there are many attachment styles. And if you know that you are one, it is best to be with somebody who is also the same or just gets it.
Yeah, and I also think that that truly was my first true love experience. Like, I don't count my first 2 boyfriends. Like,
And what made this one?
When I broke up with my boyfriend before this last one, I didn't care. I literally moved on with my life like that.
Yeah.
Never looked back.
Yeah.
I was grieving, heavily grieving. Like, again, I'll never forget the way that I felt.
I get that so hard because it's such a crippling feeling and it just doesn't leave you and you almost are upset with yourself for not coming out of it.
You know, I think we also fell in love in such a unique experience. Like rose petals everywhere, flowers falling from the sky.
Yeah.
Like,
and you do it together.
Yes.
So nobody else gets it but you two.
Yes. And even, this was also a huge part of it. I had never experienced post-Villa life because it's safe to say for me that Love Island changed my life. And I never had experienced my new life alone. I always had him. We would figure it out together. I would talk to him about everything. And I was just like, that's gone. What now? That was
literally the person that you chat to about everything is just not there anymore.
And it's like, I felt like it wasn't Sydney. It was Sydney and Isaiah. And so now I'm like, now people are asking, especially recently, like even out in Los Angeles, like who is Sydney Paight? Like people are starting to see me for me.
I get that because obviously we've always been friends, but we've never been as close as we have been today.
Me and Zeta have realized that we really love each other.
We always knew we liked each other,
yes,
but we love each other.
Laugh with Zeta harder than I laugh with any other friend.
No, we laugh so bloody much. And anytime we go out, she always ends up coming over.
Yes, I sleep over at Zeta's every time we go out.
We'll be next to her house and we'll be like, oh, we're going yours.
I shack in Zeta's house every time.
And then she'll wake up at 7 a.m. and be like, okay, I'm going. My kind of friend, because I need you out.
I'm like, comes back to reality. I'm like,
she's like,
my bed.
My bed. This isn't my bed. No, I love it. I love it so much. But obviously, I loved when you were with Isaiah. As long as you were happy, I was happy with that. But there was such a difference in you after you broke up. And you may have been, you know, the person you are today in that relationship as well in some ways, but I've just never seen you like this.
Honestly, looking back, I think I was like just struggling with stuff deeper.
Yeah.
You know, like I think I'm truly just myself now, like, but 1,000 times better.
You said it. Like,
Y'all heard it
yeah.
here.
I can really attest to that for you, though, on your behalf. Like,
Mhm.
you're just so radiant and so, like you said, positive and
I
joyful.
went on a journey.
Yeah.
We can get into, but I went on a spiritual journey,
Mhm.
and I'm literally not the same person. I've unlocked what was always, I've always said I knew there was something about, I don't want to toot my own horn.
Babes, toot it and boot it.
Yeah. No, I feel like I've just truly unlocked something in myself. It was like my vibration.
You're on a much higher frequency.
Yes, yes. And it's like, if you can't vibe at that frequency.
Sorry for you. Don't let the door hit you at a good Lord speak.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we've sort of tapped on that really about with you and Isaiah. I do want to talk about the breakup because I'm sure for some of you watching, you didn't know that she was single, but for most of you,
Yeah.
you know, with the speculation, you do know. So, are you and Isaiah still together?
No.
No.
Mm-mm.
Okay. When did you break up?
So we broke up in August.
August 2023.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't think people started really realizing it until my birthday.
October.
Yeah.
Yeah. How did you feel about it when it happened? Did you think about the public? Because I know when you came on the first Confidential podcast, you did mention that you would not talk about it if you ever broke up, and you stayed true to that.
I know. Everyone's going at me.
You stayed true to
on the tapes. Like I think I've said this before, but Love Island was such a fever dream. Like, I didn't think of Isaiah as my Love Island. I thought of him as my boyfriend.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, so, and I'm just not the type of person to go air my dirty laundry on the internet.
Agreed. I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. Was it peaceful for you to not alert the public about it?
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way I could go talk about it with how broken I was on the inside.
Yeah. You got to deal with it on your own before you bring it to anyone else. And I think the public doesn't realize that.
No, seriously.
They think you're hiding something from them. And it's like, no.
They're like asking me questions. I'm like, I don't know.
This is my real life. I don't know what's going on.
I don't know.
Literally.
How do you get over a breakup?
I don't know. Any day now.
Let me know.
I know. Which brings me to my next question. Have you healed?
Mm-hmm.
You have.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Smiles.
I know. I'm so happy for you because I saw you during those broken times, Sydney.
I was literally broken. And I feel, like I said, like myself, but 1,000 times better.
I love that. I love that. When do you feel, obviously there's no date. I healed on January 1st, but when did you start getting this feeling of...
My true healing started right when I came back from LA after New Year's.
After New Year's?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was in the darkest place of my entire life, November and December. And then at the end of December, well, it was so much to the fact where I stopped talking to my friends.
Yeah.
And I flew home. I was like, oh God, I can't do this anymore. And I fell off the grid, like literally fell off the grid and went to Mexico with a bunch of random people.
Did you? I didn't even know. This is news to me.
Yes, for New Year's. And I just remember New Year's Eve looking around being like, I don't know who any of these people are and I love it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's deep.
Mm-hmm.
That says a lot.
Mm-hmm. And I just think I also got an energy cleanse at the end of December, right before New Year's, right before I went to Mexico. I got an energy cleanse. And I don't know if people know this, but I'm very spiritual now because I had opened up. I went and met a special friend.
Okay.
Yeah, who really started my healing journey.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
I love that. Okay, so
special friend, by the way, she's a woman. Catherine, if you're watching this, I love you very much.
Shout out to Catherine.
She saved my life.
Oh,
seriously. She saved my life.
Oh.
I have her pinned.
Yeah. She saved your life.
She's my energy. She's an energy healer. Yeah.
Oh. Okay, I've got a very juicy question. So, you're single. You're healed. Are you dating again?
Oh my God. I'm living my life.
You're living your life.
I'm living my best life.
Okay.
I'm really happy.
You're really happy?
Yes.
Okay. You're going to leave it there?
Yes.
Okay. So you are dating again?
I plead the fifth.
Okay. She's going to plead the fifth and I'm going to let her because I want to keep my friend. I want to keep her.
I like this one.
I love that for you. I love that you're living your life.
Why don't we do this podcast again in like 3 months?
Yeah.
Just how I couldn't talk about. Yeah.
We'll do an update.
Baby steps.
Baby steps. I love your answer though. You're living your life. That's all we need to know. She's living her life,
Yes.
guys. All right.
Oh shit.
The moment of truth.
Yes.
Lately, online, there has been a lot of chat about plastic surgery for you. Loads of people have speculated about whether you've had things done, and then another group of people absolutely know what you've done.
Yeah.
Like so much, they're telling you what you did.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I do want to talk about plastic surgery, if you are okay with that.
Yeah, let's do it. Fuck it.
I love
Okay, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it before I change my mind.
Let's go. Okay. Have you had any plastic surgery since leaving the island?
So, I decided this morning that I wanted to come clean about this.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
I think it's quite obvious that I had my buccal fat removed.
Is it?
Yes.
Can you tell us what buccal fat removal is?
Buccal fat is your fat right here.
In your cheeks?
So now I'm like chiseled. But it's funny because yes, I did have my buccal fat removed.
Okay.
I admit to that, but that's not even injecting plastic into yourself. And I don't think a lot of people realize that I had more plastic in my face in the show than I do now.
Yeah.
I had my buccal fat taken out. I feel like I've been nothing but open about getting Morpheus 8. And I don't think people realize how much like that can change someone's face as well.
Right. So what's Morpheus 8?
Morpheus 8 is essentially a skin tightening treatment.
Yeah.
So it tightens your skin. I think that's what's really snatched me.
you.
There's a photo that I actually want to pull up.
Yeah.
And maybe we can like attach it.
Yeah, we will. If you can pull it up, the people would love to see.
Yeah, I have it archived now.
And the people includes me.
Yeah, because I want to explain a few things that people don't understand. It's like all these people talking about plastic surgery that have no idea any type of science behind getting work done.
Yeah, they just see you look different.
Yeah, and they're like, ah. So this photo.
Yes.
In this photo, if you can see, I had a bunch of chin filler that all taken out. My lips are probably 5 times bigger than they are now. If you can see, my eyebrows are different heights because I had so much Botox.
So you had Botox.
A lot of Botox.
Yeah.
So much.
I think you shared that on your TikTok before.
Yeah.
Going in for it.
Yeah, like I've had so much removed, so much filler removed. And then I did the buccal fat.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Okay, so is that it?
I had some cheek filler too.
So you got cheek filler. Okay, so the list of things you've done.
Oh, wait. I did the cheek filler because when I did the buccal fat, my doctor told me, you know, because we're taking out fat, you might be a little flat on your face. So essentially went and added some more volume to here because once you get it taken out, it's like, oh, you have nothing.
And you got that done when, the filler?
Oh, the filler?
Yeah.
December.
December.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just like 3-4 months
Mhm.
ago.
Mhm.
Yeah. So we've got buckle,
Mhm.
cheek filler,
Mhm.
and Morpheus 8.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's those things.
Yeah.
And you've lost a lot of weight.
Yes. Mhm.
You've been an exercise.
I'm a beast in the gym.
She's always at the gym. If I text Sydney, she's at the gym.
Like the way that I work out too is so intense. Like I scare myself sometimes. Like I just like, I took my friend to work out once and she was like appalled. And
Appalled at your exercising.
she was like, "Oh, remind me never to work out with Sydney again."
That's so funny.
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah.
And I do for my cardio, I do F45, which is HIIT. It's
Mhm.
really hard. And if I had $1 for every time someone told me you make that look easy,
Yeah.
I would have a few dollars.
Wow. You have about $3 or $5. You'd have about $3 or $5, which, hey, babes, that could get you.
That could get me like,
get you, like
4 for 4.
Right. Wendy's. You're good, mate. Like, it's
Some
not
parking.
It's not a problem, babe.
Yeah.
Like,
It ain't a thing.
you're loaded.
Yes.
$3 or $5, you're loaded.
I'm parking on Melrose for 3 hours. Bro.
Keep the change. Okay, I do have a question. Fox eye surgery. A very popular surgery amongst the celebs, the haves, not the have-nots, which lifts your eye. And I don't know how it goes. I'm not the surgeon here, but it lifts your eyes and gives you a very heightened look. It's like a ponytail. It's like you have a really snatched ponytail. It's the fox eye surgery. You look like you've had the fox eye surgery.
You know what? I did the fox eye surgery look just for you guys today. My makeup. I don't think people understand how good I am at makeup. Like, I really don't think, like, that's what my friends say too. Like, when I see comments, they're like, they just like don't understand how good you are at makeup.
Yeah.
And also, Morpheus 8 tightens the skin. So naturally, it's making me more snatched.
Yeah.
Like, it's tightening my skin, therefore probably making it look like I've had the cat eye surgery.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I haven't had it. Am I against it? No.
No.
Clearly, I like the look. I'm just doing it a safer way, Morpheus 8.
Right. Well, I think that you should definitely do like a TikTok tutorial or something for people because
I am going to.
it is actually insane
Yeah.
how many people think you've gotten that. And I don't blame them
Yeah.
because you do have a very lifted, snatched look.
It's Morpheus 8. I'm like,
You
fuck,
just
I should
can't
be a
stress it enough.
salesperson. I
You
wish I was making money off of this right now.
need
It's
to get them a
Morpheus
code
8,
so you know other people who want to can do it.
And I don't know, it's like Morpheus 8 is like microneedling times like 1,000.
Right.
So it's like a skin treatment. It's not a surgery, guys.
Right.
Morpheus 8 is not a surgery.
Right, because I got Vivace, which is microneedling with radio frequency, and I felt like tighter. And so I
Morpheus
get
8's
it.
for the big boys.
You want to chill with the big boys?
It's for the big. It's painful.
Oh, yes. I very much understand. Vivace's painful too. So if
Yeah.
Morpheus is above that,
No, it's
it looks
bad.
like it's worth it
I
though.
love it so
It looks like no
much.
pain, no
The
gain.
best thing I ever did besides the buccal fat.
So you love your backle fat.
Yeah.
Removal.
I remember he showed it to me after he took it out.
And you were like,
I was
yes,
like,
take that
yes.
fat out of
You know,
my
I actually
cheeks.
was awake during that surgery. Yeah. So I went to a very good doctor, literally in Beverly Hills, board certified surgeon, because I'll never forget having a conversation with my friend. I was searching doctors and she said, Sydney, this is your face. Do not budget with your face.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, fuck it. I'm going to go to the best doctor. Obviously, I went in there and I told him other things that I wanted. And he was like, no, I'm not doing that.
That's really
Yeah,
good.
no, he's a good surgeon. But yeah, he says he doesn't put people under for this. He says local anesthesia is what he does. So I was like, okay, save me like $2,000.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And I remember being awake and he was having trouble getting it out. And he's talking to me during it. And I'm like, you better fucking get that shit out. You better get that shit out. Like, I know I'm not on the table right now for you to say you're having trouble.
Did it hurt?
I always tell myself, if I can do buccal fat removal awake, I could do anything. I was very much sedated,
Yeah.
but it was not a walk in the park. No, I'm on the table. And I'm talking with the guy.
Oh my God, how long did it take?
Courtney and Deb actually took me to the surgery. Yeah, they did it. How long did it? Oh, I'd say like an hour. It was pretty quick.
So you were laying there, for an hour whilst it was...
Yeah.
Okay, so 30 minutes each cheek.
Yeah,
essentially.
Should we
No, he's been 45 on one and 15 on the other.
Like, I don't know. I was out of it.
Oh my days. Okay. All right. So we've settled the plastic surgery.
Yes.
Thank you so much for
coming clean.
Yes. I think it's very important for people who are in the public eye to... You don't have to. You're not obligated. But I do think that when you're asked about it, you just be honest. I don't think you need to go around telling. Though.
This was my thing too. I feel like I put, even like for my job, I put everything on the internet. You know, like, oh, I'm going to get a lymphatic massage today. Oh, I'm going to do Morpheus 8, you know. This was like my little baby that I wanted to do for myself, you know, and not anybody know about it. And just like really just, obviously all my friends knew. Like, everybody knew. Yeah. But yeah, just something that I wanted to do for myself. Yeah.
Make yourself feel better.
Yeah. And like, fuck it.
Yeah. And you look great.
Thank you.
You look really, really good.
I sound like Courtney just now.
Thank you.
Hey, everyone telling me and Courtney look alike.
How did you feel about that?
I screenshot it and I love it. And I love it.
She sends it to the group chat. She's like, they're saying I look like Courtney.
I'm like, Courtney.
Yeah, I know. And Courtney is just, she's a brick house. She's an absolute rocket. But I do tell Sydney all the time that there is something so unique about your look.
Oh, thank you.
And I think it is a wonderful thing to not veer off so much.
Yeah.
And
Zeta warned me.
Yeah. You know, like I love the uniqueness. Like even like look back in the 90s and stuff and you look at all the celebs and they're all so unique, you know, and I love that. And I think that you have that. Yeah. And so I never want you to go like
crazy
overboard. Yeah. I always want you to look like Sydney.
You look good, but no more.
But no more.
Yeah.
But no more. I mean, you know, tweaks here and there as you're aging, fair enough. Yeah. And I'm not your mum and I'm not God, but you know, I do love your unique features.
Thank you. Yes.
They're still there.
I'm very happy with how I look now.
Yeah, you should be.
I think a lot of other people are too.
I wonder who those people are. Anyway, guess we'll talk about that 3 months from now. Okay. Do you think that there should be a limit to how much plastic surgery someone gets?
Yes, I'm going to say yes because it kills people. Mm-hmm. People die on the table. Like, you know, if you're not being completely honest with your doctor about what you've had done, you know, like there's only so much the human body can take. Mm-hmm. Also, I think it's important, you know, with aging, you know, like it is plastic at the end of the day.
Yeah. It's foreign.
Yeah. Yeah. I do think there is such a thing as too much.
Right.
But again, everybody live your truth.
Right.
You know?
Right. No one's going to know how to make you happy but yourself. Yeah. If that makes you happy, then...
And just from my experience, it depends on her age, but if my daughter came to me and said, Mommy, like, I'm really insecure with this, I would probably help her.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What age are we talking? Like if your daughter came to
18.
18?
Yeah.
She wouldn't really need your permission then.
Yeah, true.
But you mean like you would help her?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would, because I would want her to go to a good doctor.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, so not any sooner than 18?
No, probably not.
Right.
I just think their brain is also so underdeveloped.
Yeah.
Mine's not even fully developed yet. Like, I don't know. Yeah. But
Yeah.
I wouldn't be like, no, you can't get that.
Yeah. You would be there for her.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. 18. That's great.
Yeah.
That's great. I mean, I've heard of people getting their kids nose jobs at 13.
Really?
Yes. And 14.
You know what? Yeah. Maybe that's just the parents' decision, not theirs.
It is. But at the same time, I'm like, oh my, like, I was actually reading a few stories online where people, obviously, some children now, adults, are like, it's fine, whatever. And then there are some who are like, I wish my mum never made me do that. And I'm like, wow. Because it's sad, isn't it?
Wow.
It's like like you told me this actually. I mean, I know it, but you said this to me that your face is always changing. You just don't know how you would have looked at 25.
Yeah,
you know?
true.
For me, I think 25, obviously everyone's going to put their digits out. But I think like once you turn 21, there's like tweaks, you know, that you're like, oh, I want this. But like you really don't know what your face is going to look like.
You know, it's crazy because I'm thinking back to when I was 21 and my face wasn't like I didn't need the buccal fat.
Right.
But after, I was like, no, I want the buccal fat.
And I think that probably came after Love Island.
Oh, yeah.
When you were just looking and you were like, my fat face.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. Rip.
Yeah.
Rest in peace. Never forget my roots.
Where you came from. You were always...
She's always, it's Sydney. I'm in here.
We're like, who's this? It's me, Sydney. I'm in here.
Yeah, she is in there.
No, we love it. I do love it though, because you have lost weight the healthy way. And I think that's just phenomenal. Like good old getting in the gym and just watching what you eat. You've inspired me a lot, you know, with that journey, because it's very hard for people.
Yeah, truthfully, the key to weight loss is diet. And it's not even like you need to restrict yourself. I scan all my foods on Yuka now. Like
Yuka's what, an app?
It's a health app, yeah. And I go to Whole Foods and literally have the barcode scanner out and I'm like, oh, excellent. Okay, put in the cart. And it's like mac and cheese.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
I'm going to eat it tonight. I'm literally going to eat it tonight.
I love that. I think that's very important, especially for like younger girls and guys, to hear that kind of stuff, you know, like you can still enjoy yourself and just...
And you know what's crazy? I have struggles with eating disorders in the past, like a lot of them. In college, oh my God, I literally would eat like protein shakes and rotisserie chicken. That's it.
And just be done with it.
And then go out and drink a whole bottle of tequila.
Wow.
Yeah. And in a lot of ways, I think Love Island cured my eating disorder because I was forced to eat. Yeah. I wouldn't eat lunch. I used to be afraid of eating lunch.
Right. Yeah. And now you realize you got to put it in.
Oh, I ate a fat steak before I came here. Yeah, I made it myself.
I'm so proud of you.
Yes.
You love steak.
Yes.
Even though you stopped for a while.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I want to get into life in the public eye, because that's been interesting since 2022. It's like you get thrown into it. You go to sleep, you wake up the next morning.
You're in the villa, and then all of a sudden
you're not. All of a sudden, people are talking about your fox eye surgery.
All of a sudden, I have my phone back after not having it for 10 weeks.
Yeah.
And it's different.
Yeah. So I want to ask you, do you feel like you were meant to live a life in the public eye? You do.
Even my mom always knew too.
Does she?
Yeah, she told me like we would sit on the couch and watch Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, and she was like, "That's gonna be you."
Oh.
She always knew that I like
or that energy or that personality.
Yeah.
Okay, so what are your favorite things about being in the public eye, and what are the worst things about being in the public eye?
I see messages from people that are like, you have influenced my life in such a positive way. So that has to be one of the best things. Like knowing that my existence has bettered people's lives is hands down the best thing ever. Now the worst part is so many hate comments.
Me no like you.
Yeah. No. Yeah, that's the worst part about it.
It's the hate comments.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And people just thinking that they know and they have no. But honestly, it's like funny at the same time. Like, you got the cat eye surgery.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah. What's the worst thing that you've like read about yourself or that's made you feel upset
Oh, no wonder he left her.
in regards to Isaiah?
Yeah. No wonder he left her. She doesn't even look like herself anymore. That has to be one of the ones that really hurts me. No wonder he left her. I'm just like, ouch.
Yeah.
Then I go to their profile and it's like, ooh.
Well, they don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
So.
That and you look so much worse than you did on the show.
Ouch.
Just like you were so beautiful. What have you done to yourself?
Yeah. I think there's this sort of relatability that the public feels with us when we're on there and we're just looking a mess to us. Just because it's like, I remember watching Love Island and I did love seeing them wake up and they got their bonnet on or, you know, tracks hanging out and they got to go brush their teeth and they're in their pajamas.
Yeah, I
and now
still
they're
do
getting
that.
Yeah. Promise I don't just wake up like this. But yeah, I think people were so connected to us for that. And I'm speaking for myself, like I used to love seeing that as well. But it's hard watching yourself back and like
I always forget that too when I post and I'm like, do I look good in this? And then I'm like, wait a second.
They saw me at my
following
worst.
is from looking like shit.
Yeah. I just went through that the other day. I was like, I don't look good. I can't post this. And I'm like,
if anything, I get more love when I look busted.
no, literally. Like that's who they fell in love with.
Yeah.
Okay, I wanted to ask you, how do you deal with the trolls? Like when it does get bad, how do you deal with that?
Yeah. I take an edible. I'll go to their profiles and that immediately helps. Like seriously.
And it's
I'm
all
like,
over.
Yeah. I'm like, and I've never been the type to like snap back, but like it's like fun here and there to just like
once in a while.
And if I really try, I can verbally disintegrate somebody. So
there's those big words. There's that marketing degree.
Yeah. No, yeah, just like it just doesn't. It's just bad energy. You can't let bad energy into you.
Yeah.
And it's just like honestly, your comment helps my job. So that's another comment under my pic.
So just
the
keep
brands
on going.
love that.
So thank you.
Yes.
Trolls.
Thank you.
We love you.
You're paying my
Trust
bills.
us. We love
Yes.
you. Yeah. Whenever you want to come on the pod, let me know.
Should we get a live-in caller?
Literally. No,
we
next
need
time I
one.
might.
Yes,
I might.
with a hater.
I'm like, a troll.
Yeah.
What do you have to
face
say?
face.
Right. Let's see. They won't have their face. They'll have something covering it.
A mask. Yeah. Or
I
it's
know.
probably like a lot of my trolls are really old women.
Isn't that
How you
sad?
hating on a bitch when you my mama age? That's what I said.
That's sad. It's
Yeah.
always someone, you go to their page and they're like, I love God, Philippians
Yes, or it's a
4:13.
picture of their children.
And you're like, yeah, this lady with apparently 4 or 5 kids told me that I wear the same shoes all the time. And basically, like,
you want them? You can have them for
I need to
$500.
I'll message back and I'm like, do you know what? I rep the girls on Instagram that don't need to have a different outfit every single day. Like, I want to make those girls feel like, oh, Zeta, like, you know, it's okay.
That's such a weird hate
And
comment.
you go on her page and she has 4 kids. I'm like, how would you feel about your kids getting bullied for
No,
wearing the
yeah.
same shoes? Like, do you think about that?
I'm not gonna lie, I was tempted once because there was a younger girl. She was hating on my page. Wait, I have a crazy story after this too.
Okay, we're going to come to it.
So this girl was hating on my page, and I went to her and I saw she played volleyball at this school, and I almost called her coach, and was like, "Why would you have someone on your because they're really strict about behavior on sports teams."
Yeah.
So
I heard someone also do that, actually. Somebody said something. I think it was Tamar Braxton. I was watching The Real. Shout out to all of those women. I loved them so much. I wish the show would come back. Anyway, she was saying, I don't want to say it was her in case it wasn't her, but someone said that a troll said something and they found out where they worked or something and tagged them.
Yeah.
So the job could see that. And then they were like, if I need to be accountable for everything I do, then you also need to be accountable for everything you do and say. So she's like, I don't feel like I did anything wrong.
It's just pointing out the truth.
I'm just holding you accountable.
Yeah, exactly.
Like you said something you shouldn't have said. It was disrespectful and your workplace should know about it.
Yep. And guess what? When I was in Mexico last weekend, one of my haters came up to me at the club and apologized to me.
No.
Yes. She came up to me and goes, "Are you Sydney from Love Island?" I was like, no, I'm just kidding. I was like, yeah, I am.
You're like, the fucking look like.
Yeah, and she said, I want to apologize to you because you blocked me on TikTok because I left a mean comment. And I was just like, why did you do that? No, I was like, why do you act like that?
Why do you act like that?
Yeah, and then she was acting like
I'm
my
glad
bestie.
that you asked her, though. You asked her?
Yes, I said, why did you do that? And she was like, I was in such a dark place. And I was like, okay. I obviously forgave her, but it was very obvious I had a wall up.
Yeah.
You know, I immediately chain wall in front of my face.
No, of course.
And then I saw her the next night. She came up to me. She's like filming me.
Yeah, I think no matter how much of a dark place you are in, it's never okay to leave really nasty comments to people because everyone is a human being. And I think people just don't realize that.
And it just proves that they are fans. Because she told me, she was like, I'm such a fan.
Okay. Well, I want to get into the last bit. I want to get into spirituality.
My favorite.
My fave too. And then a bit of your future goals. And then we're going to be done with it.
Me and Zeta are spiritual sisters.
We really are. And I love that you've become so much more spiritual.
Yes.
So I wanted to ask you, are you a believer? Do you consider yourself a Christian or do you just have a general understanding of a higher power?
I'm going to go with the general understanding of a higher power. I do believe in God. I'm figuring out.
You're figuring out. Yeah. I love that answer.
Yeah.
I really love that. I think even me, growing up, I would go in and out of my Christian faith. And I felt eerie about that. And it's like, no, this is true. Life is truly the journey. It's not the destination.
And I was raised Catholic.
I
grew up in a Catholic family. Yeah.
Okay. How is your faith heightened in the last year?
Oh, I couldn't understand. At the end of 2023, I couldn't understand why this was happening to me. I just couldn't understand it. And then I met my friend Catherine, and I just had a spiritual awakening. And I just I remembered I was always used to preach everything's interconnected. If I would have never done this, I would have never gotten that, and I would have never ended up on the show. I somehow forgot that because I lost myself in that relationship and then completely lost my sense of self-worth after the breakup, that I started to realize once again, my third eye opened and I just saw everything in a different light.
I love that for you. It shows in your energy. Energetically, you're just a different human.
Yeah. I am. Someone commented on my picture, was like, is this the same Sydney from Love Island? A hate comment. And I said no.
Because it's not.
No.
It's really not. Okay. What are your career interests? I feel like I don't know this. Are you open to more reality TV? Do you want to do anything in the fashion space? What does that look like?
I'm really figuring that out right now, as I've I know that I love being on camera. Okay. That's all that I know. So
okay, Kim K.
A lot of the readings that I've had say you're not meant to work for anybody. You're meant to do this, that. Yeah. So I've always known that deep down. Probably why I quit my corporate job after 7 weeks. Anything on camera, I would go back on reality TV. Okay. Yeah, I think that it was so easy for me.
It was.
Yeah.
And you did say that coming off, even with all the drama. You're like, no, I'm meant to be on there.
No, yeah. I feel like dealing with it after was hard, but during it, I was I didn't even feel like I was on a show.
Yeah, it's for you.
I'd be like, we have to do this.
Yeah.
They're like, you're on
You're
Love Island.
You're on the
I'm
clock.
like, oh,
Yeah,
fuck, I forgot. I have a
I
mic
know.
on.
I love that about you. You're always
Yeah.
yourself in any space, which is why reality TV is great for you.
Mm.
Do you believe in marriage, in the institution of marriage?
Yeah. I've been told that I have a soulmate. So, I have to. I've
Mm.
never experienced marriage or engagement.
Right. Is it something
Um,
that you want to have?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to have a wedding for
Yeah.
sure. I do want to be married.
That's a great motivation.
I believe in marriage, and I also believe in, sadly, divorce. Like if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out, but you tried,
Mhm. Do you want a marriage that lasts?
Yes,
Yeah,
of
of
course.
course.
Someone wants to get divorced.
Right.
I was just in Mexico. My friends were roasting me because I go, I want to have a destination wedding in the Bahamas. And Sophie goes, have you ever been there? And I go, no. She was like, bro.
Okay, is it safe to assume that you would want kids in the future?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think I want kids.
Yeah.
I was talking to my friend's mom about this recently. I don't have a lot of patience for kids right now, but she was
Maybe
like,
your own.
I don't like kids either. It's different when it's your kids.
It is.
Yeah.
And I don't have them, but I know.
I want a little redhead daughter. That's all I want, universe.
redhead
Send her to me. I
sick.
can't wait to meet her.
Okay, I have a question that I'm really would love to ask you. What's one thing that you hope to accomplish in this life, no matter what?
I want to accomplish the feeling of being content and completely at peace.
Wow.
That's my goal. Zero anxiety. And once I don't care to be super rich, but I want to be able to not have to worry about money at all.
Mm-hmm.
That just the feeling of being internally content.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. What is your deepest fear?
Ooh. That's a really good question. Oh, probably losing my head. Like, not decapitation, like mentally going insane.
Mm. God forbid.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have any advice for anyone watching that has interest in reality TV or is struggling with body image issues that you would want to share?
Yes. I do.
Okay.
And it's very simple.
Okay.
Be yourself. That's all there is to it.
Yeah.
Like, just be
In
yourself.
any form.
Yes.
Yeah.
Especially if you want to do reality TV, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. You need to be yourself because it will show if you're not, as we've seen some people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's great advice. Okay. And before we wrap this up and end this all, I wanted to play just a little game of this and that.
Okay.
So we're going to play this and that with Sydney. It's just, they're so random, guys. But
this
very
and that?
easy. This or that.
Okay, this or
so
that.
I'm just going to list off like 10 things and tell
Okay.
me. Playlist or podcasts?
Playlist.
Shoes or slippers?
Shoes.
Pork or beef?
Beef.
She's quick with it. Swimming pool or beach?
Beach. Even though I don't get in the water.
For the aesthetic.
Yeah.
Okay. Fruits or vegetables?
Fruits.
Fruits.
Mhm.
Cats or dogs?
Okay, so it's always been dogs, but recently I want a cat really bad.
Is it?
Mhm.
Oh, wow. I
want a
can't
little
stand cats, you
cat.
know.
I used to hate them.
Ugh.
You know, they're healers.
Really?
Yes. They give off a vibration.
I'll think about it. Dogs can like feel energy. Like
Yeah.
I love them so much. Okay, summer or winter?
Summer. I hate the cold. I don't hate anything besides the cold.
Wow. Okay. Salt or pepper?
Salt.
Period. 'Cause
Mhm.
why?
Yeah.
Okay, cash or cards?
Card. I lose stuff.
Yeah.
So easy. I open my purse empty.
Yeah. Cookies or chips?
Cookies.
Soda or juice?
Soda.
Farm or city?
So I
Yeah.
have pink hair.
We shouldn't even need to answer that. Text or call?
Call.
New phone or new clothes?
Close.
All right, we're gonna wrap this up. You did so well.
Yay!
I'm always like,
Yeah.
pressure.
No, that's what I mean. Like, the cameras just don't even faze me.
I know you're really good. You're really good. I want to thank you so much for coming on my
Thanks for
podcast.
having me.
You're such a joy to chat to.
Thank
And I don't know if I'm just
you.
saying that because you're my friend. That's just your energy. Like
Yeah.
you've really grown this year, and I'm so proud of you. Like
Thank
so
you.
unbelievably
Thank you.
proud
That
of
means a
you.
lot. It's been a journey. Like,
It has.
seriously, like, I've felt the darkest I've ever felt in my whole life in this past year, but I also feel the highest that I've ever felt right
And
now.
that's how it is.
Yeah.
So, ladies and gentlemen, if you are going through a tough time in life, just know that it doesn't last forever. I've been there, Sydney's been there, and you're going to come out of it. And I'm always here to chat to anyone, literally any stranger. My supporters on ZetaConfidential, they write me messages, long paragraphs. It takes me like
Zeta, you're
3
very
days.
wise. You're my wisest friend.
Oh,
Yeah.
stop!
Yeah.
But I'm here for any of you if you ever just want to reach out and talk about what you're going through. But that is it for the ZetaConfidential podcast with Sydney Paight, my gorgeous guest.
Thank you for having me. You got my first ever plastic surgery confession on tape.
You heard it here, guys. So let's see what comes next. Who else am I going to have on, and what are they going to let you know? We'll find out. But make sure that you like, subscribe, and please leave a comment down below. And we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.